All right, welcome back to another restoration. This one is a 1985 Williams machine. I'm sure some of you already recognize it. It is a Sorcerer. It was made by, it was designed by Mark Ritchie and released in '85. They made 3,700 of them. And it's a System 9. I picked up this machine I don't know, a month and a half ago or so, down in Atlanta, and I'll go over some of the tinkers. Back glass looks great on it, so not a lot of work to do there. Cabinet, you know, I don't know, it's fair. It's got some issues right here, but nothing structurally wrong with it. It should be fine. Play field's a little rough. It does have, like most of the machines from this era that got a lot of play, it does have some wear in the center. There are some parts that have been kind of ripped out. This one kind of got, I guess this one basically just got pulled out of the wood. I had a part up here that was Velcroed, believe it or not, a post, and it was missing the lane guide. I kind of just stuck a LED in here. The machine does work. The boards are okay. There's a couple of bad spots on the boards. I've already bulletproofed the, let me open this up. I've already bulletproofed the power rectifier. That part's done. All new caps. It also had a remote battery holder on it, but even with fresh batteries in it, it wasn't holding any memory at all. So every time you would turn it off or leave it off for a little bit, you would end up back at the, you would have to do a restart, run through all of the settings to get it to boot up, and it would show you the version number every time you would leave it off for a while. So what I did was I just put new NVRAM, got rid of the batteries altogether, and now that part works fine. There was a little bit of an issue here at some point that was repaired also. I kind of took a look at it while I had the board out. Everything works, all of the resistors and everything metered out okay. There's no issues with the machine right now, so that's going to stay. We're going to see how long that makes it before any type of other intervention. I mean, the soldering's not great, but it looks like it got burned up pretty good, and they did the best they could with what they had. The power supply, like I said, I got a kit from, I think, Marco or one of the, I can't remember where, and put all new caps on the rectifier board, as well as the flipper driver board. I'm going to, we'll take a look at some of the parts we have for it. The original pop bumper caps are all beat to hell. This is one particular cap I haven't been able to find online, although I haven't really looked hard. Usually my go-to is either Marco or PBR, and neither one of them had that cap, so we're not going to worry about that. I just ended up ordering some clear caps for this one, do it a little different. Usually I'll go with original if I can. Also ordered new stand-up targets. These are banged up pretty bad. You can see that one's broken there. So I'm just going to put new targets, new rubbers, all new posts. The posts aren't in bad shape, but that's nothing. Here's the new displays. So I'm going to get the high voltage plasma displays out, and I'll replace them with this. I'll probably put new buttons in it, I suppose. Flipper rebuild, and of course I'll try to get all these swirl marks and everything out, and touch up this the best I can, and then I'll clear the whole thing. I haven't decided, because some of these graphics have kind of been removed. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this. The inserts aren't cupped, so luckily I don't have to replace them. There's a couple of different options I'm thinking about. I haven't figured out which one, and I'll discuss it, I guess, after I do that. But this is just kind of a precursor to what I'm going to do. Like I said earlier, the back glass is, I mean, it's got a couple of small nicks on it, but otherwise it's a really, really good shape. Happy with the back glass. The machine, let's fire it up. The sound card is fine. like I say, everything works normally. There's, you know, obviously stuff like this that needs to be, there's a lot of stuff on the play field that needs to be fixed, but once it's fixed, it's gonna be a good machine. So sounds work. Right, but flippers work. Flippers aren't great, but they're not bad considering. Anyway, we'll go ahead and throw it on the rack, take a look on the bottom side and see what we're dealing with there. Got the play field out of the machine, and I found, we'll come back to that. Bottom of the play field is, or the bottom of the cabinet's good. We lost our card here. This is one of the few machines that has a bell in it. This bell will ring if you get an extra ball, bonus holdover on the third ball, or a special. So that's the only 3 times that bell rings. It's kind of hard, or it's rare to hear that bell ring actually. I found this in the bottom of the cabinet, and it says it cleans the dirtiest play fields and rubbers. So I was hoping I could just use a little spot of this and restore the whole machine with it. However, it's empty. So unfortunately, I guess I'm gonna have to do it the hard way. So anyway, we'll chunk that. Now that we've got it out, we can you know, really see how worn the play field is. You know, these targets, they're not in terrible shape, but I'm gonna replace all these targets, get everything cleaned up. Not gonna be bad. We'll flip it over and take a look at the bottom. What do we have here? This is the first time I have worked on this particular system of Williams, and I have not seen, I dropped my latch. All right. I have not seen this particular design of, I haven't seen this particular design. There we go. Okay. A flipper. It's got a large capacitor on it. I didn't order any of those, but I'm gonna just try to run with it just like it is. Although I've never seen this before. So something new, not unusual. Every time you do with a new system, you end up seeing something different. So that's not unusual. Sorry. A little loud, rocking out over here. Drop targets actually don't look too bad. Probably if I take these out, clean them up, redo them, they'll be fine. Got some broken springs here. That's just normal stuff. I'll completely rebuild these flippers out. You know, it doesn't look bad. This is not going to be too bad to work on. So, just, you know, take things apart, take all your mechanical things apart, all of your pop bumpers, take them apart, and clean them up, put them all back together, put some new parts on the top, get the play field looking good. This will be a nice machine. This just so happens to be one of the machines that, you know, most people have a Grail machine, which I have a Grail machine. It's firepower, but I actually have a Grail list, which somebody on Pinball Enthusiast said that's not fair. You can't have a Grail list. You only have one Grail. So I guess that would still be firepower. But this is certainly, this machine's always been in my top 5 once. There's still a few machines left on that list, and I'm sure other machines will get added. You know, as you get what, you know, the top 5 on your want list, you just add to that list. The list never gets shorter, right? So anyway, this is what we're starting with, and I'll give an update probably after I've got the playfield broken down and I've started working on all these graphics elements, and we'll see where we are.